Methamphetamine was first synthesized from the naturally occurring alkaloid ephedrine by Japanese chemist Nagai Nagayoshi in 1893 while researching the structure of ephedrine. This is the chemical structure of ephedrine. This research resulted in what is now known as methamphetamine. The formula for meth is C10H15N. Its molecular weight is 149.2 grams per mole. Methamphetamine structure contains 8 chemically distinct carbons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One of these carbons is a chiral center, meaning it has 4 distinct groups attached to it. In addition to that, there's a lone pair on the nitrogen, which makes it a polar molecule. There's also an aromatic ring and an amine. Methamphetamine is a chiral compound with 2 enantiomers. Deoxydextromethamphetamine, which is the active one, and levomethamphetamine. So how does methamphetamine work? In order to take effect, meth must end up in the bloodstream of its subject, whether that be by snorting, injecting, swallowing, or smoking. Meth is a stimulant, which means it increases an individual's heart rate. Methamphetamine is considered a dopamine agonist because it blocks the reuptake process that absorbs excess dopamine in the synaptic cleft back into the presynaptic neurons. A gradual buildup of dopamine occurs, so when a person takes methamphetamine, there is an increased level of dopamine that interacts with the dopamine receptors on the postsynaptic neurons and activates the mesolimbic system. Methamphetamine blocks dopamine reuptake by altering the function of the dopamine transporter. Instead of transporting the dopamine from the synaptic cleft back into the presynaptic neuron, methamphetamine causes the direction for dopamine transport to reverse, which actually leads to increased release of dopamine, which results in the extreme high/euphoria. The process of cooking meth is not so much complicated as there are directions that can be followed, but rather that it is dangerous. An individual cannot make meth without ephedrine or pseudoephedrine. Substances that are found in Sudafed and other over-the-counter cold medications that are widely available in local drugstores. Sudafed is the common brand name of pseudoephedrine cold sinus tablets. But now pharmacies are opting instead to sell Sudafed PE, a phenylephrine, rather than pseudoephedrine, which means that it cannot be used in the process of making meth. Ephedrine and pseudoephedrine are to methamphetamine what flour is to bread, the essential ingredient. It is essential because it is one of the few reactants that is available and readily obtained that still yields the end result of methamphetamine product. The basic procedure of how meth is chemically made is that the pure pseudoephedrine is then mixed with red phosphorus and hydriodic acid. The red phosphorus is then filtered out and later reused, and adding a lye solution neutralizes the remaining acid. A substance is added that will bind to the meth, and the liquid meth is then drained out. Hydrogen chloride gas is bubbled through the liquid meth, making it a crystalline hydrochloride salt. This is poured through a filter cloth, and the meth that is left on the filter is then dried. Once dry, the meth is stepped on, weighed, and packaged for shipment or sale. This process generally takes about 2 days' time and can result in hundreds of thousands of methamphetamine doses.